Hello everyone, Raquel Buchanan with Glendale Counseling and Wellness. I'm actually live here at my home office. For those of you who will be participating in the live feed, please feel free to comment, ask questions. Let's make this as interactive as possible. And for those of you who are catching it on the replay, if you have any questions, feel free to message me and ask your questions then. So today I'm going to be talking about everyone's most feared emotion, anger. And this topic is actually brought to you by a comment that I saw today on a networking group. And I wanted to give a shout out to the person who had actually originally prompted and stimulated this topic for me. The individual is Katie Vernoy, thank you very much. And the comment that she had left, she quoted herself, and she said, "Judging yourself for feeling anger is like judging yourself for having to pee." I love this. I love that there is anger positivity, that we're teaching people that anger is fine. So in this profession, we as therapists are taught that anger is a secondary emotion. Anger is a shield for something different, for an underlying emotion. I actually kind of beg to differ, and I would like to open it up for discussion and kind of a little bit of a debate about individuals who practice school, the evidence that they may have. So I work a lot with individuals who have experienced child abuse. They grow up in homes where there is a lot of violence. Their parent or primary caretaker is angry all the time. The parent will yell, scream, say rude things to them, throw things, hit. So the anger that has been modeled to these individuals is one that is very negative. And when they grow up, and as they're growing up and developing, they're saying to themselves, you know what, I don't want to be like that parent. I don't want to be angry. Feeling any anger is bad. It hurts people. So I work with individuals who experience a lot of anger in their household. And when they grow up, they turn into people who are disconnected from that anger. They're afraid to show anger. With these individuals, they become disconnected from their anger. And unfortunately, we have to feel all the feelings that we're given. We can't just cut one off. So these individuals turn that anger into self-harm. They turn the anger inwards into depression. They have that anger and it becomes substance abuse or demonstrated in passive-aggressive ways because they were never modeled the appropriate way to demonstrate anger. So I really believe that my clients need to learn how to experience anger and accept the fact that sometimes we get angry. And teaching them that it's okay is important in this field. One of the things that and this is really funny, so I market myself as a Christian therapist, right? And I had this individual who had experienced childhood abuse, and she had this like pent up anger. And you know what the intervention I gave was I said, embrace that anger. What I want you to do is when you are in your car driving and someone cuts you off, you know what, say, fuck you. And the co-therapist that I was with, she almost like fell off her seat. She couldn't believe that I would say this. But the thing is that God sees what's in your heart, and He knows when you're angry. So you can't hide these things from Him. So accept that we are human and accept that anger. Another thing that I find is when individuals disconnect from their anger is that they become people who are less assertive. They are afraid that in asserting their wants and their needs or putting a stand to, hey, I don't deserve this or I deserve more, that it's going to be perceived as anger. And they become afraid to assert themselves. And how disempowering is that? Any questions thus far? Anything you guys want me to review? Any questions or maybe your experiences with anger or what you've been taught about anger? Feel free to type that in. Okay, well, that's all I have today for the live feed. Feel free to watch us on replay, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you.